have, Robin, and then you adjust yearly too, based on the team, based on the time of year, based on how the team's doing. I've got a folder of open dates, and you know, the one against Texas a few years ago, I keep it, but I'll never do it again. The one against Oklahoma State was in 2011, was way later in the year, and I don't particularly apply that one to this one. So I mean, I look at that, but I also judge this team and where we're at. This is a deload week for us as far as practice is concerned. It comes at the right time because we're open. Here in another 3 weeks, I'm going to have to do that during a game week and back off some practice time, so that might hurt a little bit. But I think you really got to examine every team, every year, every situation a little bit differently, and try to figure out what's best. We got a lot of guys over on the bicycles and doing that. Yeah, it was certainly high, and yes and no. There's things that are motivating. There's things that linger. And when I used the word bury, I literally wanted to bury the outcome of that football game. But we needed to learn from it come Tuesday. I wasn't doing any teaching on Sunday. I was trying to motivate and keep our confidence level high. We still believe we got a much improved football team. Last time I checked, of the three opponents, the only loss on any of the three schedules is against us in UNI's loss. So we've played pretty good football teams. We wanted to come out and practice well this week. They've done that thus far. We'll only have 3 coaches there plus GAs tomorrow, as the rest of the guys are going to be on the road recruiting. But I haven't used it, as a raw factor the rest of the week. We put our nose to the grindstone. We went back to work.
How do you?
I talked in those terms. Brought a shovel to the meeting, as a matter of fact, and as a gesture, and we agreed to get that done, and talked about several things that I thought would help us move forward. It was a needed meeting. I'm glad I had it. Probably what stood out more to me, Bobby, is his level of confidence on the practice field the last 2 days. A different guy. I said after the game, or I said at some point last week, how hard Michael practiced and how much he impressed me, and I knew he was going to have a good game. Now he's taken that outcome and he's practicing with a different step, and his ability is ratcheted up to another level, which is extremely exciting. I'd commented about Joshua Thomas. I thought we'd see that in Joshua Thomas as he learned the level of play at the FBS level, and I thought his game would start to improve. I'm seeing that too, but I didn't use Mike as a reference when I talked about that. He practiced hard. He's rubbed off on Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown's practicing with more speed and better vision and getting north quicker than he did a week ago. He ran hard a year ago on the scout team. I mean, he got the heck beat out of him in the process, and he ran hard. When he became a varsity player, I'm not sure he was running as hard. Probably because he was thinking a little bit more and analyzing a little bit more. Once we got him back to running hard and keeping his eyes up, running behind his pads, he became the guy that we recruited and became the guy that we saw down there in that scout team. And I say all the time, you heard me talk about Juwan Wesley a year ago. When he was down there, running 2 straight lines, he looked a lot better when he came down and had to run, XB over 20, that kind of stuff. And you see it with Mike Warren right now as well. And you see it with Juwan Wesley right now as he's gained confidence and knowledge.
How big?
It was a longer kick. It was the longest kick of the one to tie it up was. He went out there and did what he's capable of and surprised nobody that he was able to do it. He was 18 for 18 yesterday on a practice field, and he was perfect again tonight. Nailed a 2-minute field goal from 54 yards out. He's one guy of many that was on the playing field, and as I told him in the locker room after, there's not a guy on the team that doesn't have a play that they'd like to take back from that game. And that's what I told him to focus on, that play or several plays that they would need to take back for themselves and improve on. It's absolutely fair to say. In our sport, you got a 3-game non-conference schedule is all you got, and you're playing pretty dang good people every week when you come out. So it's hard to just come out and gain confidence through securing victories. You got to go out there and work and finding ways to win is actually a phrase that we've used this week in practice. Because times in our past we've found ways to lose games, and we got to find ways to win. And I'm a firm believer that's in work and preparation and doing things right so many times that you can't do them wrong.